What if I told you that Japan's slim, healthy look isn't just about food, culture, or genetics, but about the very design of their cities? That's right, Japan's sidewalks, streets, trains, and even vending machines are secretly shaping the way millions of people move, eat, and live every single day. In America, the car is king. In Japan, the body is king. The city itself forces you to walk more, sit less, and eat smarter without even realizing it. This isn't a diet. It isn't exercise culture. It's urban design as invisible fitness coaching. And once you see it, you'll never look at a Japanese street the same way again. Let's uncover the secret city design that keeps Japan slim. Chapter 1: Streets that refuse cars. In America and much of the West, streets are built wide. Cars roar down 6-lane highways. Parking lots sprawl like deserts of asphalt. Walking often feels dangerous, inconvenient, or simply impossible. But Japan's streets tell a different story. They are narrow, intimate, and human-sized. Many neighborhood roads are barely wide enough for a small car. Some are shared spaces where cars, bikes, and people coexist at walking speed. The design itself discourages car dominance and encourages movement on foot. This subtle shift changes everything. Instead of driving a mile to buy groceries, you walk a few minutes to a local store. Instead of dropping kids at school with an SUV, children walk together in groups, watched over by neighbors and safe from speeding traffic. Even tiny errands, buying milk, visiting a friend, posting a letter, become mini walks that add thousands of steps to the average person's day. And then there are the cars that do exist. Japan's K-cars, small and light vehicles, are designed for these streets. They are slower, safer, and less intimidating to pedestrians. Contrast this with massive American trucks or SUVs, which make streets feel hostile to walkers. Over time, this constant, casual walking becomes invisible exercise. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need to count steps. The streets have already written your workout plan. For children, this design is transformative. While American kids depend on parents for rides, Japanese kids gain independence. By first grade, it's normal to see little ones carrying school bags down quiet neighborhood streets. The city is built to let them walk, and in doing so, it trains the next generation to move every single day. In Japan, walking isn't optional. It's built into the blueprint of daily life. Chapter 2: The train system that makes you walk. In Japan, trains are more than transportation. They are built-in fitness machines hidden in plain sight. Every ride begins and ends with walking. To catch the morning train, you step out of your home and walk, sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes 15, through quiet streets and alleys until you reach the station. Once there, the movement doesn't stop. You climb stairs, navigate platforms, transfer between lines, and finally walk again from the station to your workplace or school. This routine may feel ordinary, but it quietly adds up. A single round-trip commute can mean 2,000 to 6,000 steps. That's the equivalent of a brisk walk or light jog, achieved without ever putting on running shoes. Multiply this by 5 days a week, and millions of Japanese adults are essentially exercising without calling it exercise. Tokyo illustrates this perfectly. With more than 100 train lines and the busiest stations in the world, like Shinjuku, which handles over 3.5 million passengers daily, walking is unavoidable. Stations are sprawling underground cities filled with stairs, long corridors, and connecting pathways. Even a short transfer can feel like a mini hike. And while escalators exist, they don't eliminate movement. In many stations, you'll find long staircases positioned front and center, while escalators and elevators are tucked to the side. Social etiquette even encourages walking. On crowded escalators, one side is left free for people who prefer to climb. This constant exposure to low-intensity exercise has lasting effects. It keeps leg muscles active, strengthens balance in the elderly, and maintains a baseline of cardiovascular health. Instead of sitting in cars for hours, as commuters do in America, Japanese workers arrive at the office already warmed up, bodies gently conditioned by their city's design. The train system isn't just moving bodies across the map, it's shaping those bodies along the way. Without realizing it, Japan's commuters are getting daily cardio, building stamina, and keeping slim simply by living their everyday lives. In Japan, public transport isn't passive. It's a treadmill disguised as a city. Chapter 3: Tiny homes, tiny fridges, tiny portions. Step into a typical Japanese home, and the first thing you'll notice is its compact size. Space is precious in cities like Tokyo or Osaka, and this shapes everything from living rooms to kitchens. And at the heart of the kitchen, a fridge that looks small compared to American standards. No giant double doors, no freezer stacked with months of frozen dinners. Just enough space for a few days' worth of groceries. This one detail quietly transforms eating habits. Because fridges are smaller, people can't hoard snacks or stockpile unhealthy frozen meals. Instead, they shop more frequently, often daily or every few days, buying fresh vegetables, fish, rice, and tofu. Each trip to the store also means more walking, adding another layer of hidden exercise to daily life. Restaurants follow the same principle. Meals are modest but balanced. A set meal, called a teishoku, might include a small portion of grilled fish, a bowl of rice, miso soup, pickled vegetables, and perhaps a slice of fruit. Each part is moderate, but together it creates satisfaction without excess. Compare that to a giant burger with fries and soda in the West, and you see why Japan doesn't struggle with oversized appetites. Even convenience stores famous worldwide as konbini reflect this design. Sure, you can find chips or sweets, but the shelves are dominated by healthier options. Onigiri rice balls wrapped in seaweed, salads, bento boxes with vegetables, hard-boiled eggs, or even freshly grilled chicken skewers. The quick choice is rarely the worst choice. At home, small kitchens also discourage overeating. Without space for deep freezers or massive ovens, there's less temptation to cook oversized meals or stockpile junk. Instead, cooking becomes a simple, portion-controlled task. This isn't about discipline or dieting. It's about architecture and design shaping behavior. The fridge is small, so you shop fresh. The restaurant plate is balanced, so you don't overeat. The convenience store meal is light, so you don't binge. In Japan, the very size of homes and meals quietly manages your appetite. Without noticing it, you eat less, eat fresher, and eat smarter. The result? Slimmer bodies, thanks not to willpower, but to design that makes balance effortless. Chapter 4: The Culture of Stairs. If you walk through Japan, one thing quickly stands out: stairs are everywhere. They're not hidden away or treated as emergency-only shortcuts. They're central, visible, and part of everyday design. In train stations, for example, escalators may be present, but staircases are always wide, open, and often the most direct route. During rush hour, waves of commuters climb dozens of steps without hesitation. Even elderly people, with careful balance, take their time on the stairs because it's simply expected. Social etiquette also reinforces this culture. On escalators, people stand to one side, usually the left in Tokyo and the right in Osaka, leaving space for others to climb the steps. This unwritten rule normalizes the idea that climbing is the faster, better choice. Escalators don't replace stairs. They coexist with them, but stairs always remain the primary option. Elevators, on the other hand, are often small and tucked away. Unless you have heavy luggage or a disability, you won't choose them. The default path is always upward by foot. Temples and shrines embody this culture even more. Kyoto's famous Fushimi Inari Shrine has thousands of steps leading up the mountain. For tourists, it feels like a workout challenge. For locals, it's part of ritual and tradition. Many temples, castles, and parks across Japan include steep stairways that demand physical effort. Visiting these places blends spirituality, culture, and fitness in a way few other countries achieve. Even in schools, children are conditioned early. Multi-story buildings often lack expansive elevators, so students run up and down stairs between classes every single day. By adulthood, stair climbing feels natural, just another part of life. The genius of this design is subtle. Nobody says, take the stairs to lose weight. Instead, the stairs are simply there, front and center, unavoidable. And over decades, these micro-movements add up to something gyms can't replicate: a lifetime of casual, consistent exercise. In Japan, the stair isn't just a tool for movement. It's an invisible trainer, building strength, endurance, and balance step by step. Chapter 5: Parks, Shrines, and Walking Culture. Japanese cities may be crowded and buzzing with activity, but hidden within that density are countless pockets of calm: parks, shrines, gardens, and riversides that quietly encourage people to walk. Unlike in many Western cities, where green space is often rare and requires a special trip, in Japan it is everywhere, woven into the daily fabric of urban life. Step out of a busy Tokyo office, and you might find a small Shinto shrine tucked between skyscrapers. A shaded path with stone lanterns and wooden gates offers an instant retreat from noise. During lunch breaks, workers stroll through these spaces, refreshing both body and mind. It's exercise without the label of exercise. On weekends, families head to riversides lined with bike paths and long walking trails. Seasonal traditions add even more reasons to move. In spring, cherry blossom viewing or hanami draws people outdoors for hours of walking beneath pink canopies. In autumn, vibrant maple leaves turn temple paths into natural runways for slow, mindful strolls. And on New Year's, millions participate in Hatsumode, the first shrine visit of the year, which often involves a long walk to sacred grounds. These habits are not just physical, they are spiritual and cultural. In Shinto and Buddhist traditions, walking through nature is seen as a way to purify the soul, connect with ancestors, or honor the seasons. Movement becomes meditation. Contrast this with the West, where relaxation is often tied to stillness, the couch, the TV, or the car. In Japan, relaxation is tied to gentle activity, a temple visit, a quiet garden walk, or an evening stroll under lanterns. The cultural default is motion, not stillness. This blend of spirituality, tradition, and design keeps people moving almost unconsciously. The parks, shrines, and riversides act like gentle invitations. Step outside, keep walking, breathe deeply. And in doing so, the body stays active, not through force or discipline, but through culture that has long understood the link between movement and peace. Chapter 6: Vending Machines and Healthy Access. If there's one image that defines Japan's streets, it's the glowing vending machine. With more than 4 million machines nationwide, they are everywhere on corners, in alleys, outside temples, even along mountain paths. But unlike in America, where vending machines often mean candy bars, chips, and sugary sodas, Japan's machines tell a different story. Here, the most common drink isn't cola, it's green tea, often unsweetened. You'll also find bottled water, black coffee, barley tea, or vitamin-infused drinks. Sure, sodas and sweet options exist, but the baseline choice, the one you instinctively reach for on a hot day, is something far healthier. This makes good hydration effortless. You don't have to decide to be healthy, the machine nudges you toward it. Then there are Japan's konbini, or convenience stores. Chains like 7-Eleven, Family Mart, and Lawson are open 24/7 and stocked not just with snacks, but with quick, balanced meals. You'll find fresh salads, hard-boiled eggs, miso soup packs, grilled salmon bentos, rice balls wrapped in seaweed, and even seasonal fruits. For a late-night snack, instead of greasy fast food, many people grab a rice ball or small bento box that is satisfying but not excessive. Even Western fast food giants adapt to Japanese expectations. Burgers are smaller, side portions are reduced, and meals often come with rice, corn, or miso soup instead of mountains of fries. The serving size itself limits excess without making people feel deprived. This is the quiet genius of Japan's food environment. Access design. The healthy choice is always the easy choice. You don't need superhuman willpower to avoid temptation because the city has already filtered what's available. The result? Daily routines naturally lean toward balance. People hydrate with unsweetened tea instead of soda. They eat bentos with fish and vegetables instead of giant combo meals. Even when indulging, the portions are smaller, the excess reduced. Japan doesn't rely on diet trends or fitness apps. It relies on smart, subtle design. And because of that, slimmer, healthier bodies emerge. Not from strict rules, but from a food culture that gently steers people away from overindulgence. Chapter 7: Why Obesity Struggles in Japan. The numbers don't lie. Japan consistently ranks among the nations with the lowest obesity rates in the developed world. While countries like the US and the UK battle rising waistlines, Japan has kept its population remarkably slim. But the reason isn't magic genetics or some hidden superfood. It's about environment, culture, and design working together. First, consider the built environment. Daily life is full of movement. Walkable streets, stair-filled stations, small fridges that push frequent grocery trips, and portion-controlled meals. Instead of driving everywhere or eating oversized meals, the structure of society quietly encourages moderation and activity. Food culture is another powerful factor. From school lunches to work meals, balance is key. Japanese schoolchildren don't eat greasy pizza slices with soda. They get rice, vegetables, soup, and protein in carefully measured portions. At work, lunch often means stepping out to a small restaurant or convenience store, which means more walking and a healthier baseline diet. Snacking is less normalized than in the West, and when it happens, the portions are usually smaller. Social expectations add yet another layer. In Japan, slimness is considered the norm. Being visibly overweight is less common and in some cases, stigmatized. While this can create social pressure, it also reinforces healthier habits. Society itself gently pushes people toward balance, making overeating the exception, not the rule. Even government policy plays a role. For example, Japan introduced the Metabo Law in 2008, requiring waistline measurements for adults as part of annual health checks. While controversial, it reflects how deeply the culture values prevention over treatment. Put all of this together, and obesity struggles to gain ground. It's not about individual willpower or dieting fads. It's about a society where the easiest choice is the healthier one. In Japan, slimness is not a personal victory. It's the natural outcome of a system designed to make balance effortless. The result? A country where obesity isn't a growing epidemic, but a rarity, and where the environment, not just the individual, carries the weight of health. Conclusion: a city that exercises you. So why is Japan slim? It's not luck. It's not genetics. It's not a magic diet plan. The real answer is that the city itself acts like a personal trainer in disguise. Everywhere you turn, the design of daily life quietly keeps your body moving and your habits balanced. Streets are narrow, forcing you to walk instead of drive. Trains demand steps before, during, and after every ride. Small homes and small fridges keep your food fresh, light, and limited. Stairs sneak exercise into your commute, your school day, your temple visit. Parks and shrines transform walking into relaxation, even meditation. Vending machines and convenience stores nudge you toward healthier choices. Each one seems small, but together they create an environment that rewards movement and moderation without you even noticing. Now contrast that with the American model. Wide highways replace sidewalks. Cars become mandatory. Fridges grow massive, encouraging stockpiles of processed food. Restaurants supersize meals to fill plates and stomachs. Comfort rules every corner, but comfort becomes heavy. The environment doesn't move you forward, it pins you down. Japan flips this logic. Discomfort gentle, manageable discomfort keeps you light. Walking a little farther, climbing a few more stairs, eating slightly smaller portions, it never feels like punishment. It just feels like life. And over decades, that life adds up to slimmer bodies, stronger legs, and healthier hearts. That is the secret of Japan's city design. It's not a program you follow, not a gym membership you pay for, not a diet you quit after 3 weeks. It's a way of living, embedded into the very streets and structures people use every single day. And maybe, just maybe, this is the true future of health. Not chasing miracle apps, diet fads, or expensive gyms, but building cities that move us, shape us, and protect us, without asking us to think about it. So the next time you step into Tokyo, Kyoto, or Osaka, pay attention. Watch the school children walking in groups. Notice the vending machines glowing on every corner. Climb the shrine steps that stretch toward the sky. Feel how the streets guide your body. You'll realize something remarkable. You're not just in a city. You're inside a living, breathing fitness machine. And that's the quiet, powerful secret of why Japan stays slim.